I mean, to be fair, I'm gonna say something that's not really popular, but Tandera is
Go
not
ahead.
really a competitive place. Tandera is meant
Oh,
to be
Daenerys.
this
Mm-hmm.
place that we do tournaments for. We call them tournaments, but they're more of a chill out place. You know, they're tournaments, but tournaments for fun, not really. We don't really focus on fucking competitive. Like people can be competitive if they so choose, but it's more of a optional thing. If you
Okay, but
if you understand what I'm saying. So everything like if we have commentators, people commentate. If we don't, we just talk about shit that's not related to the game. So don't
okay.
get
Well, but luckily, still though, I've been playing. I've been playing pretty much since Akira got announced for Street Fighter Five. So that's like a year and a half or so. And when that happened, I figured might as well go and actually gather information. I guess not. This is just a quick rundown of my history of the game. Aside from playing rival schools back on the PS1, way back when it first came out, and not really like a lot of people not knowing about the sequel, Project Justice, because it had a different name when it came out on the Dreamcast. I also didn't have a Dreamcast, so that was something more like in the early 2010s is when I actually got a handle on it. But luckily, it plays similar enough to the first game to where it's like, okay, you just if you know if you knew how the original game worked, there's not too much that's changed. There are some things that's changed, but that's whatever. And then somewhere around 2014 or 15 was when I found out about HO arcades, where they actually had videos on YouTube of like competitive play for this game. So that's pretty much where my experience with actually knowing how the game plays at a competitive level comes from. Aside from just pressing buttons with all the characters back in the day, going through all the move lists on like the PS1 and stuff like that.
Well, here's the thing about this. Rival schools, we did I think several tournaments back in the day when I went in there. It was
Oh, Rival Schools 1.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm also looking forward to the PS1 rollback edition. Hopefully it
That'd be
happens
nice.
soon on Fightcade because they did say that they're working on it. So hopefully there
Yeah,
will
but
be a scene
I think the
for
problem
rival
with it.
schools as well as Project Justice, even though I think Project Justice might be the more played version of the game. Not version, but sequel of the game. More like. Mm,
Well, I think it'd be. I think it would be the other way around because of that issue with the name change. A lot of people didn't know that. A lot of people didn't know that there was a sequel because they all know the game as Rival Schools, and so it's Rival Schools on PS1. That's the one that most people know about. So uh, even if one game may be better than the other, it's still just that people know the series by that original PS1 name. So if the PS1 rollback is good enough, on par or better than the Dreamcast version, I could see a lot of people playing the PS1 game over the Dreamcast game, and then finding out that a lot of characters have infinites or more cheap stuff than the new game, and then they switch over.
all right, we're gonna be starting the first match. All matches are gonna be live streamed unless we have the spectators decent. In the case of the
Okay.
spectators decent, there's nothing we can do. I would suggest adding 1+1 delay for normal connections. More distant connections like Brazil, Asia, things of that nature. I would suggest +2. So
And
it's
I would say on top of that to if we're live now, right? I'm saying that we're
yeah,
live now,
yeah,
right?
we're
Yeah.
live. I'm
Okay, so then
just
I would also say for the competitors in the chat, whichever chat you're communicating with your opponent, whether it's the Discord or the 5K chat directly, you should also agree on the input delay number that you both choose, because having that sort of thing be different from person to person makes the connection a bit muddier.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, people do their own like delays with Flycast. You know, I I can suggest till I'm blue in the bloody mouth, but until someone tells me, you know what delay we should do, then I'll probably go with that one. But as I said, usually when it
Hmm.
comes to delay, people choose on their own.
Hmm.
So it's one of those things.
It
Alright,
is what it is.
alright. Seems like I'm gonna have to delay. Okay. Let me just.
Well, if I'm looking at the bracket correctly, you've got an amazing opponent coming up first.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to delay it. I guess he hasn't been responding.
Oh, Majin is in the he's in the Fightcade
No,
chat.
no, never mind. I'm
Uh,
not delaying it. He's available. He wasn't available previously. No, I am well aware. I'm well aware how good Machine is. Him
mhm.
being a fucking legendary season champion, which he I think won more than 15 tournaments here. So, and I also seen him in this game. So there's that. Okay. Oh yeah, it's one of those things, huh? All right. Sometimes not everyone can challenge everyone, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, this still use a bit of work.
Yeah,
There's
the
also a
update
bit
should have
still
arrived by now.
there's still a bit of a lingering issue with the actual input
Wait,
registry.
where is it?
I know.
Where is my character?
Oh, I see. Zinda in the Fightcade chat. If you can hear me and to answer your question, uh, I'm just saying when the in layer when Flycast Dojo when that window first pops up and it shows a suggested number for you to put as the input delay, so your inputs will register properly. You should go one or two above what the suggested number is, whatever the first number is that shows up. And you should also, I'm also saying on top of that, that you should check with your opponent and agree on the number to set to make sure it's stable, like similarly stable on both ends for both of you guys. Oh, and here we are, we're underway.
Yes, of course we are.
Let's see. I was looking at the wrong chat, so now I'll just be commentating from the I'll be commentating from the Twitch version at the moment. But yep, here we go with Majin doing the signature Hideo dive kick loops. Usually you can get two safe loops of that in the air. That's the safer version you can get, but you can get three or more if you're a boss, if you're a beast, and then go into super. Or if you don't want to go into super, you can just end it with his aerial command normal. And we're already getting underway into the second match. So here we go again with Majin's signature Hideo and our dear host signature Akira Zaki. Not sure about the color choice from Majin for his costumes, but what does it matter? What does it matter what you're wearing when your opponent isn't gonna see it because you're gonna have your boot in their face for most of the match. And here we go, Hideo with his even though he that swinging hook he does at the end that knocks him away. It's a pretty good ender for his for his ground normal strings because it pushes them back, and it's not safe, but it's minus with pushback, so it's enough to where it might as well be safe in certain situations. Like you can't really jab afterwards if you block the move. You may be able to get in a tardy counter. That is, if you if you're not stuck in jab pressure. Because here's another thing about his jabs. Actually, his jab is safe on block. I just looked it up a little earlier today. It's 10 startup and 10 plus 10 on block. So like it's plus enough to where he can keep doing it. But dashing isn't instant, so you might be able to get something there. I wouldn't recommend it, but it is an option. And again, seeing on the chat version, yeah, we've just gone into the double fireball from the air, leading into a combo because if you have good enough timing after the fireballs, two fireballs hit specifically, not just the one, then you'll be able to run up and
GG's.
a full combo. And that is gonna do it for our first set of games in Project Justice today.
Alright. Namaiki versus, considering he has the same username in Challenge, versus Zaki. Yigai Anan.
Alright, now I'm gonna blow myself up on stream here for not being ready to bring up the spectate option. So which channel was I supposed to go to see that we were starting up? Maybe I just missed the alert to start spectating at the same time.
Spectating. Also, apparently, spectating can cause fucking crashes on this one. From what I've been told. Not what I've been told, from what I've experienced in some games.
Okay.
Like Jingy Storm.
I hear it. So should I see in the no microphone channel to know when to spectate?
Well, I'm already spectating, so.
Okay, I want to make sure to.
Yeah, but because the spectating basically on Flycast is not really live spectating. It's more a recording.
Yeah,
it's
like
kind of
it
like a
actually
stream, you know?
starts.
It's kind of like you're watching
It won't
Twitch.
actually catch you up.
Yeah. Yeah, so. Kuro. A character I've seen, but not a whole lot in Project Justice tournaments. But Kyosuke, I've seen plenty of.
So now we are, Kuro versus Kyosuke. Kuro is, I know it's considered like top tier, high tier. I can't think of a specific thing that makes him high tier at the moment aside from, I know he's kind of tall. He has good strings, so it's like that can be good for, he has good strings that can be good for pressure and good for just your usual mix up pressure, catch someone pressing buttons type stuff, and good damage. That's good damage in super stuff launching into the air. But then also here's the thing that makes him really good. Is that where he's saying Yashogarumo or whatever, his cyclone ball when he jumps into the air. That's really good for pressure because you just angle it up and then angle it back and down and be nearly like safe R plus. You just keep continuing pressure with that. And here we go with the switch off to Nagare, who is a I don't think it even matters where he is on the tier list. Oh, here we go. The interruption, the Timur technique, interruption. Not sure what the permanent for is called, but I do know that it costs 1 bar of super to use, one of the 5 bars that you can get to work with in this game. And the person who starts it has to land a hit to interrupt the other person's heal technique. And here we go for another one. Kyoko and Edge, and Kyoko winning because she has the best jab in the game. and able to dash in and get that going. But back to Crow and what he said. That Cyclone Ball that he does is just really good for pressure. But Nagare as well. I don't know where he is on the tier list, and it doesn't seem to matter because he's just so tall that um, he can just get in very easily and keep out pretty easily too. I wouldn't do his special moves though, because that dive is very I don't know what it's good for. He might be one of those characters where you don't really do his special moves. Oh, I saw that. A little bit of the post-match camera shake DM. I see that. Can't get that by me.
I guess it's I guess you can tilt the camera a bit. Gan and Kyoko. Both characters that I haven't really seen a lot.
I really wish I wasn't seeing Gon. I'll tell you that much. He is like one of those. If you also know like Rizo from the first game, Rival Schools on PS1, and then this character, they are big. They have big hitboxes, but whatever weaknesses I was about to say about them don't seem like they're going to matter because we're seeing Gon get some work in. Oh, we see him also getting tossed into the air and getting continued to toss into the air into the baseball swing team up technique. But yeah, about what makes Gon bad is that he's slow. He's slow. He has a giant hitbox as well. So there are combos that don't work on other characters that do work on him, and we're seeing him do work regardless of that. And now let's switch off to Eureka versus Dango. I was going to say that Kyoko is one of the best characters in the game, and I was also saying earlier that she has the best jab in the game. She has the fastest jab that no one else has, and it's also a plus. So she's able to easily create pressure off that jab alone. But now instead we're seeing Eureka versus Daigo. I guess we're getting a little bit of more Street Fighter 5 representation. Have Daigo here, even though it's not a main playable character. And
He's an assist, if I remember correctly, in Street Fighter
yeah,
5
yep,
from Akira. And
yep, just comes in on the beat trigger assist in Street Fighter 5. But here he is also a character like Nagare who has good reach. Kind of slow, but also enough strings, enough attacks that lead into each other that make him viable. And really, even though he's getting slammed on the ground repeatedly and still has a life lead, able to get a launcher. Oh, not able to close it out though. You can't kill on chip in this game, so there's the clean hit that we needed. But yeah, any character, I would say that almost every character in this game is viable to play as. So you can definitely pick your favorites and then go from there. It's a very rushdown oriented 4-button fighter. And within the team up technique, every team up technique costs 2 bars to do. And you can bring in either one of your partners in order to do the team up technique attack. The one that you get is determined by your partner, and which one comes out is determined depending on whether you press both lights or both heavies. Like the one on the left of the HUD underneath your character will come out first if you press both lights, and then both heavies will come out if you pick the second one. And a bit of a freeze here, but now okay, we're back into it on my end. And yep, the team up technique, any character that good grab from Roberto. Now that wasn't, I'm gonna say, I might be wrong here, but that wasn't the normal grab. I think it has more like a command grab on the ground, but everyone does have a crouching grab. Oh, interesting way to beat out Eureka's super with a team up technique, because all team up techniques do have super armor on startup, and any character whose team up technique will recover either health or meter, they're gonna have that burst animation there. They're all gonna look the
I
same.
love
Just
that the
everything
life
rocks.
up is a chiropractor.
Oh, her nurse, actual doctor plus actual nurse specialty. I don't know about doing run up team up technique. Maybe I would do that as a wake up, but I think that's gonna
I guess
close
that's
us out for the
GG's.
set.
Now Mike takes it. Yeah, it's scary. Uh,
All right, now I am up, so I'm gonna have to cut my rambling here a bit short. And let me see, I will be up against Wanderer Kaede. So I'm going to
Let me just
check
call the
in.
match first. Alright. Because I'm gonna make sure that people are contacted for their matches.
Mm-hmm. Let me put myself here on mute then. You're Kamion in the on Fightcade, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
I
going
really
to
hope there
mute
isn't any
myself
storm
from here.
outside right now. Yeah, you can go ahead and do your match. I recommend
Yeah.
because he's Japan to use like 2 delays. Alright. This might be a spectator's desync. I probably have to call the next match. Alright, might as well. He'll be back. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward a bit. Not again. It's probably no. Okay. False alarm. Alright. Next match is Gabriel 97 versus Callus. Is there something the matter now?
So that is going to be. Well, hold on.
This doesn't even feel like a fucking match. God damn it, unexpected is desync. Alright, what's the score?
It's 2-0. Well, it's going to be a win for me. It's going to be a win for me, 2-0.
Okay. I'm probably going to go with another match because I can't spectate Callus. Because I saw the movement doesn't make sense.
So maybe if we maybe we can try it. Maybe we can try it on my end. See if it works from there. If I share my screen.
No. Like if I spectate it, it doesn't really feel like they're playing. It feels like it's a it's a desync, but only on my end. That's why it's called spectators desync. So it's been happening.
I know. That's what I was saying. Maybe it will work better if we spectate it on my end and I share my screen.
I mean, you're gonna have to fast forward it, but nah, I think I'm gonna just do the next match. Majin versus Nameki.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't wanna waste people's time. So. Also, thank you for commentating this.
No problem.
Really appreciate it. Alright. Just waiting for Majin's match to start and we'll spectate it. Okay, they're in.
Okay. Hitting spectate on my end, and let's see how it goes. Waiting
Yeah,
for my stream to begin.
yeah. It usually takes
Well,
some time. Hopefully, it's not gonna buffer too much. Uh-huh.
okay, Natsu and Kuro. Again, like I was saying before about Natsu, she has good range, but Kuro also has good range and that cyclone ball to just be good pressure on hit or block because it pops up on hit and on block. Really not sure if it is plus, but it may as well be considering he can just land close enough to the ground to where there's no landing lag on it at least. Getting a bit of a buffer on my end, but I see on the stream that it's further ahead, so switching over. Still continuing the pressure with the ball, with the cyclone ball, and getting that reach with Kuro, just good ankle tap. Oh, but now Natsu with the insanely long air combos. Now that's the thing that Natsu has that I would say Kuro doesn't. Even though they both have long reach, she has better reach in the air because I don't see these types of normal combos coming out of Kuro too often. But that's still gonna be one win on Kuro's side. And now we got to switch over to Kyosuke. Let's see here.
Usually wait for some buffering.
Mhm. Kyosuke, another one of those characters in this already rush down heavy game who just has good pressure with his strings to where good pressure on his strings and also a good ender that leads into a launcher for more damage. And that sort of stuff turns this into I like to call it a three touch game. You get hit three times and you're dead. A couple of characters make this get hit twice and you're dead type of game. But a lot of characters can do that, so everyone's viable. I'd say almost anyone is viable. I the jury is out on whether chairperson is viable because if anyone saw the Evo tournament for this last week, hosted by Vortex Gallery, um, we got someone who's out there trying to trying to basically turn the so-called tier list on its head because chairperson is considered the worst character in the game, lowest tier. But we got Chair G tables looking to take that tier list and flip it directly upside down. So yeah, chairperson always viable. Anyone's viable as long as you know how the systems of the game work. Which is why I'm here to help a little bit to explain that sort of stuff. But what I should be explaining is that we got Sarada up one on the scoreboard. Let's see what Majin will do to adapt. Will Majin go for the Hideo pick, which I would assume is their main? Oh, here we go, Hayato. Let's see. Just gonna switch over and commentate from the Twitch version. But here we go with Hayato, and uh, he. Here's the thing about Hayato. He also has good reach, but the
Crash.
thing about him, I crashed. Dang. It crashed. Oh, it crashed for them as well.
Yeah, it crashed. They they reacted. So what happened with question marks? And it's from the reactions I can get. Chairperson always viable. Hold on.
Yep.
There's some.
Worst character in the game, but still worst character in the game, but still in a game where anyone is playable.
Wait, was
That's essentially-
chairperson the principal or some shit like that?
No, she is chairperson, aka Incho. That's just like the sort of system that they have, and the class rep, the class
Yeah,
representative.
no,
That's
no,
the
no,
sort of
I
system
know,
that they
I
have.
know what chairperson means in Japanese,
Yeah.
but
So yeah, that's
no,
what she is.
I was thinking maybe it's the fucking president, the director or whatever. But
Nah,
I
the
wonder.
only. Oh, here we go with new match Majin. Have my own overlay is covering their name, but Zinda
I can double
Zinda
check.
versus is Majin.
Pretty much.
And I was going to say before about Hayato is that his he has good reach, and if I remember correctly, he's one of the few characters who can do 2 low kicks into a combo. And yep, we're seeing it here. 2 low kicks into jab. That's he might be the only character that can do that. It's rare that any character can do 2 kicks of any kind into a combo, or like anything afterwards at all that actually combos. So he has that to give him long reach, and then also the bamboo stick that he's holding to give him good reach. So it's very easy for him to combo off of straight hits. It's hard to contest that low kick because of you try to backdash it, and you can get caught by it as well. But we still got Zinda taking another win over Majin on the round, and this could be it for Majin if he doesn't shape up. Uh-oh, no tech. No tech on the air after the super that launches. But we are getting some good damage, making him do some push-ups that aren't good enough.
Dragon and stuff.
Oh, and yep, super armor. And it's already gone. Well, yeah, just pretty much super armor. And oh, I think I saw
This
them trying to go
reminds me
for
of
a
the
grab.
Sword Buster. But
A story bust.
yeah, there's
That's
a game
fighting game.
where at the end of a round, if someone activates it and whoever first hits KO for that person. So it's very, I would say similar, but not the same, not all the same. Because in this case, you're just countering a super, basically.
See, it's been a minute since I've used the spectate option of Flycast. Is there a button? You were saying that there was a fast forward button that you
When
press?
you spectate, there's space. It's usually space. Oh, for fuck's sake, again?
I probably changed something on my end. Let's see. It's still. Is the match still running? The no, it did crash. I suppose.
You had too many 1 pixel survival modes to get. Imagine if you had a character that did that. Okay.
One hit away. 1 day from retirement.
Alright, now make you one. Okay. Then I guess you're up next. Against Kalis.
Alrighty. Looks like I'm going up against the Evo champ himself.
Oh, really? He's the Evo champ? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Glad to have you here, Kalis. I did not know that, man. Sorry.
It's gonna be a bit funny because no, I'm not gonna say anything else until we see what the results are.
I usually don't follow Evo, so.
But let's just get into it before I hex myself. All right, I'm gonna put myself on mute now.
Okay. I'll just leave it to the audience to watch the match. damn it. Again? Yeah, there's nothing I can do, I'm afraid. Next match, I guess. GG's. Alright, just gonna wait until it starts. And I'm gonna restart Fightcade just in case it's causing an issue.
Okay, I am back. And that is
Yes.
going to be a 2-1 for me.
One for you? Yeah. Just waiting for the Wandering Bijin and Kaede to start their match.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we've had a bunch of spectator desyncs while you did your match.
Yeah, spectating has to go down.
Yeah, unfortunately. I finished my match against Tiki. I lost 2-0, which was to be expected, to be honest.
Who did they play?
Sir?
What character did they play?
He played. Let's see. He played 3 characters from what I remember. Kyosuke, I think. Edge, and
Edge.
the guy that swims in midair.
Did he throw multiple knives in the air during one combo?
Not really. He just did neutrals. Neutrals and some
okay.
team up attacks. That's about it.
Okay. Well, Edge is also another character with long legs. Seems to be a trend among the cast, except with my character Hideo. He's pretty short. Momo's pretty short. Batsu wouldn't say he has good range.
Yeah,
Kira,
but Hideo is a
also
fucking
bad.
beast. So.
Yeah, and that's why I kind of, to be honest, I kind of handicapped myself by picking Akira and Batsu as my partners because they don't really, they don't really excel and they're not really good for anything as far as like partners go, be it their team up attacks, the animation. Now this is more so for the audience, I suppose. But the what was I going to say? The team up techniques comes out for the attack is dependent upon the partner that is going to come in, and so they have like a sort of the startup and the cooldown, whatever is the all of that is going to be dependent on whoever the partner is, and some are worse than others. One of the best ones is Edge. Um, I don't know if it's completely safe, but I feel like it's one of the ones where it might as well be. When you have someone who can heal as your partner, it's sort of good to have that burst that shows up because it's a hitbox around the entire character and also above them, so it can be used as an anti-air, but it's still pretty slow if blocked. But the one weakness that everyone shares is for every team up technique and the full 5 bar supers, the party up technique. The weakness that they share is that they can all be grabbed out of on startup. Um, I'd still say they're sort of it's still a mix up risk reward system sort of thing because I've found lately that people like to throw them out on startup, either one, whether it's the 2 bar or the 5 bar. I run into that. I've run into that a little bit, um, or I've run
Alright.
into that a lot recently.
Gaius and Ikigai matchup is started
All right.
because
Oh, their match
mm,
started. I see.
I decided to call out the next match because apparently Majin is taking his time to respond. So, and
Uh,
something tells me if I wanted to spectate that match, I wouldn't actually go that well. So we'll see. Oh, bad.
all right. Well, we'll see. From my end, I've got the I forgot where the fast forward button is. It was still space bar.
It's
I just didn't notice
spacebar.
the icon.
It's usually
Yeah, I just
tab is like when you play against someone, tab is the in-game chat. It's kind of like T in the arcade.
Yeah, I just didn't notice the icon that showed it was actually playing. That was actually working. I had my game on mute. But all right, more so to the point. We got our match coming up. Kaios versus um, Ikigai. Eureka versus Kyosuke. I think I saw Kaios play Eureka at Evo, but I feel like it was for um I'm just more so used to playing them online, so I'm more used to seeing the Zaki pick, and more recently the Kyoka pick. Usually I see the Zaki, but Eureka is also a good choice. Oh, here we go with the the Nagare Swim Super, which, as I said during the Evo stream, that is a super with personality. That's all I can really say about it at the moment. But with more to the point with Eureka versus Kyosuke here, Eureka has the music notes that is basically just a projectile slash mind trap that just lingers on the field. So it's good as a keep out tool. She has very good damage in the air, as we're gonna see here with this launcher into just light kick into light kick into light kick into light kick, and then whenever she feels like, oh, what the hell? Why am I seeing the air infinite glitch on here? You should lose the round for that. I don't know if anybody else is seeing this right now. I hope you're not. You should avert your eyes if you are seeing it, because
Not really.
that's one of those things that we shouldn't be seeing here at all, in my opinion, anyway. So yeah, I- Ikigai losing the round as they should. So that's this thing about Kyosuke that I'm not even really sure how to explain because I haven't done the research yet to know how it works. But all I know is that in the arcade version, Kyosuke can glitch himself into the air and do all of his normals. And if he does his projectiles will just appear on the ground. And he can also do some weird nonsense with his 5 bar super as well. Like he can do it from wherever on the screen he winds up glitching up into in the air. and just doing some sneaky, nasty stuff that we shouldn't have to worry about seeing anyway because it shouldn't be doing it. Anyway, back to the match at hand. Eureka doing great damage with having combos that lead into her super, that leads into a launcher, that then just leads into her like her high launcher, which is called a rival launcher in this game. Just to get that little tidbit out the way, as we have Kalis go one up against Ikigai Anan here, and then we'll have to see how Iki adjusts. But yeah, every character has a mini launcher and a rival launcher. The mini launcher, you usually get like 4 hits into a you get like one of each of a character's normals in the air, and then you do a super or a air command normal like direction plus a heavy attack usually is what happens. Oh, now we got the brother sister matchup, Eureka versus Kuro. Tier wise, Kuro is supposed to have the advantage in some way, but I feel like it's more so like having that. Oh, jeez, kicking and kicking away on the team up technique interruption. I've really got to think of a shorter name for that. The TUT, the 2T. I don't know if I want to go with that, but we do have another team up technique, and Kalis doesn't even bother to go for the interruption on it here. Probably wants to save the meter. And here's another one, another team up technique, just raw, far away. I don't understand the reasoning, but definitely starting to pay for it. Because now we're behind on the life lead. And again, speaking of, I don't know if that was the most wise decision to go with, but that slide kick from Kuro, usually don't see that at all. Kinda, gotta be honest, I'm kinda starting to wonder, maybe we had a bit of a desync somewhere here on the player's side. Sure hope not, but let's see. Hopefully that's not the case and we just keep on going here. Natsu, again, not a bad pick because of just having, she just has good range overall. She can control space with her volleyball projectiles. I usually see the air projectiles doing more work, but I'm not seeing a lot of jumping at all from Natsu at the moment. Okay, I think. Using a rival launcher, the highest launcher, and then missing it, and then going into a team-up technique to cover your own minus frames, I don't think that works. But we're just gonna see. We might be going. Yeah, I think that's gonna be 2-0 from Kalis. If I actually know math, maybe I don't. Maybe we have another one coming up here. I would like to see another of this very interesting set we just had here, but no, I think that's gonna be the 2-0 on Kalis's end, and then we're going to move off the bracket. That'll be sending the kid guy out of the tournament.
Yeah.
Not too sure what happened there. I didn't get to see their match with Terrell. So Terrell was that the sort of play I was supposed to be expecting from Ikigai? If you were able to spectate that,
Yeah.
were you able to see the match?
The thing is, I think both me and Nikiga are learning the game a bit.
Okay, understandable.
So.
As long as we have more players playing, anyone has a chance to improve.
Yo, VC Deshi.
Hello.
Hey, Deshi.
Yeah. I wasn't able to join like the tournament earlier because I had like stuff I was doing at like 10, but I figured I'd just like pop in and just like see how it's going in it.
I see.
I mean, I like the matches so far, but I would definitely go without the fucking technical difficulties, to be honest.
Oh, is this fat kid giving you issues?
So it'd be
It's
nice to be able to
Flycast
see all
more
the.
specifically. Flycast doing
Oh yeah,
spectating desync for no apparent reason.
yeah. That's just been like the pain in our sides.
Yeah,
Hopefully the
Diamond is not
update.
crash, but the stream, the Flycast playback sure has been crashing.
No, it's not the playbacks that are crashing. It's more of a desync when there is none. So.
Oh yeah.
Like you would
Uh,
have
uh,
desync on only on the spectators end, but the players would be okay. So usually I think with, I mean I don't wanna guess anything, so it might be unstable parts of the connection. Who knows?
Oh, Majin trying to go for the getting to the match here. We got Majin trying to go for the reset after the soccer catch air grab combo ender. Doesn't quite work for them, but now we have Hyo on the back foot. Another one of the toppest of top tiers in this game. I they have he has good um good space control just by having good whiff punish options and like just long reach with his legs and of course the sword. But Roberto is one of those characters that arguably turns this 3 or 4 hits into death. If you got a good combo sort of game, he kind of turns this into a two-touch game, especially from the fact that if the player can properly land the pickup after the bread and butter, if they can land that catch and then dash up and follow up with the somersault kick, I believe normally that's supposed to be inescapable if it's done perfectly. But
Oh yeah. You lot
when
have fun in it. Safe, yeah.
okay, now we got more to the what's going on now. We got Natsu versus Kyosuke, and Kyosuke getting just his generally good damage on the board. Um, walk up, walk up overhead. Usually good option as a round ender when you know your opponent wants to kind of turtle, kind of protect that last bit of life that they got. Also, I think it was something I was thinking about earlier today. Probably a good option if they. Oh, geez. Well, instead of whatever I was gonna say, we're gonna be seeing the one of the weirder party up techniques in the game. I believe it's called like hot blooded something wheel. Of course, it has wheel in the name. Um, I'm gonna look that up. Oh yeah, it's called hot blooded giant wheel. Um, one of the more interesting moves in the game. While I
I
leave you
was
all to
expecting
ponder,
Hot Blooded Wheel of Fate for some reason.
I sure wish the wheel of fate is turning for real. But now we're going to be turning on to Roberto versus Zaki, and we're gonna be seeing Zaki get turned into a wheel. Oh, and just the pressure, the combinos, all of the good stuff from Roberto that just he's just got good pressure. And having good pressure is what separates the boys from the other boys and the girls from the other girls.
This looks like
Oh,
Majin's gameplay right here, so I don't think this is decent, you know.
mm,
Because he has an aggressive playstyle. From what I've
well,
played
that's the
again.
aggression is the name of the game. Everyone's got rush down. Everyone should have rush down. Few characters have much else really. But you got, but still there are characters who have better rush down and keep out just because they have long limbs. Oh no! How did that stun happen so fast? I know I saw this at Evo with Kayla's putting in the work with Zaki. Just her B into super landed 2 times, goes into stun. That should have been the end, to be honest. But looks like we had a good old will it kill situation. But now we are gonna have a kill, and tying up these 2 rounds between Majin and Kaede. Let's see if Kaede can get a win here to tie things up overall and stay in the tourney. All right, got Zaki jumping with the, I believe that's her neutral heavy punch, throwing out the chain, which has good range. I'm told it has deceptively good range, but you know who has
Just-
deceptively good range? Natsu.
Yeah, well, she is a
Oh
volleyball
my.
player, remember. Of course, she has this really good range. Alright, let's see. Majin to Alright. That's nice. Alright,
Okay.
this next up,
That's gonna
this next match is gonna be an interesting one. Wait, what?
Kalis versus Majin.
Wait, you won against Kalis?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean that's well, I don't wanna. What can I say? The most I'm gonna say is that I definitely played them a bunch of times a week or two before Evo, and I certainly won a bunch of matches in a row. That's about all I can say. And then also lost a bunch of matches in a row, so they're no slouch. They definitely deserve to win because, well, they're the one who was there, and they're also very good. But now let's see here, Majin versus Kalis. Let's get the spectate button. Let's get this thing rolling.
Okay,
'Cause
we're in
this
now.
is this is gonna be the match to see. This is basically the real finals. Whoever I think whoever fights me is probably gonna smoke me and turn whatever I was going to say into junk.
Well, we don't know that until grand finals, now do we? I mean, we haven't done semifinals yet, so you might advance.
Oh yeah,
and
I
you
mean
might not.
my next opponent might wash me. You're right. I might get washed before I even see either one of them. Yeah, true. All right, here we go. Momo versus Kalis. I'm not. Yeah, Momo. That's technically correct. Momo versus Kalis, but it's Majin versus Kalis. Momo versus Zaki, and Momo. First time we're seeing her in the tourney on stream so far, I believe. Now the thing about Momo is that she has an insane crouch jab, whereas most characters have an insane standing jab. She has a crouching jab that is so plus that when close up, she can just loop back into her standing jab. She can get about um, 6 hits in overall,
Is
and then go
Momo
into
the
her
shortest character though in the game?
the shortest character.
Yeah.
Um, I'd probably say so. There might be someone who has weirder, smaller hitboxes, but overall small, it's definitely her. But because just dashing is so fast, Jesus, that grab did a lot of damage.
The crouching jab is very. In that case, the crouching jab is very logical in this sense because the smallest character has a jab, which is basically played around her
Yeah,
size.
Yeah, but I don't know if her I wouldn't say her crouching jab is. I wouldn't say it's the smallest hitbox. I'd say that most characters have a pretty similar small one. Like you wouldn't really um, I guess use it differently from other characters because she still has to do what every other character with a good standing jab has to do. She has to dash in and do the standing jab first most of the time because that crouch jab has solo range as most of them do. And so, okay, all right here. That's a good option from Kalis to beat out the jab pressure since if you already know that your opponent's going to be pressing a button, that makes it a good thing to do. And I think that like if your opponent pretty much did a singular jab before you throw out a team up technique or a party up technique, you're gonna win with that technique
Yeah.
because like it's just
Level 3
like
party
universal-
technique, yeah.
like the level 2 or the level 5s, they just they are slow on startup, but like the freeze frame and such, combined with the natural like cooldown on jabs overall makes it to where that is a good option. That is a good option to beat pressure. All right, something I haven't talked about much, or some I haven't talked about this much, but there are those just steps. They're not really just frame side steps. I wouldn't call them that. Especially seeing how you can do them on wake up. But you press two kicks in order to do a side step to one direction, and then you press down and two kicks to do it in the other. And well, what more is there to say to it aside from it gets you out of the way, and but you can't throw it out willy nilly because it is punchable on it is punchable if like your opponent didn't actually um, press a button for you to get the just step. But what we are going to see, I believe we just saw the
Oh,
launcher kick into the launcher kick into the level 5, which is
nice
a
spin.
crazy, insane, unique thing that Momo has. And man, oh yep, the overhead racket swing is a good option from Momo as a round ender. Overheads, yep, and there it is. Um, now I've been prattling on for so much. Are we tied up, or is that the first one?
No, that's the first one, I think. I think the matches have been going on for a pretty long time.
As it should be when you have two very strong opponents up against each other.
Oh, yeah. You know what's interesting? I haven't seen the principal yet.
The principal?
Yeah.
Well, that's because he's not in the game.
No, I haven't seen him.
Rizo is Rizo is
Oh, it's
the
Rizo? It's not the other one?
yeah, the Wolverine-esque slashing character. He is only in the first game. In this game, lore-wise, he got put in the hospital thanks to Kuro because that's oh jeez, here we go, level 5 pressure punish, and all of the level 5s do a standard 100 hit points of damage. Don't ask me how much health characters have in the game because I just found out during Evo weekend that apparently characters have different health values.
Depending on which characters are in your team, I guess.
Absolutely disgusting air combo all the way off the screen from Majin. But you gotta use what your character has. And
Hey man, whatever gets you the W, I guess.
if there's anybody in this tournament who uses all of the disgusting assets, it's Majin. He's playing Hideo with the dive kick loops. He's playing Momo with the crazy jab pressure combos into level 5 that no
call
one
it
else has.
disgusting. I would call it using
I'm
every
calling it disgusting. Don't worry, I'll call it disgusting for you.
No.
But as you were
I'm
saying,
calling, like, for me, I think that every player can be beaten, even if you use like cheap mechanics. So
yeah, what I was saying before still holds true. Like even with this crazy stuff that some characters have, it's still just even with that sort of crazy stuff, they still gotta land a hit to do that sort of stuff. And the other characters can just
both
easily...
players are evenly matched from what I'm seeing. So
Well, that's especially true of our players. But I was also talking about like with just fighters in the game in general.
no, that's that. I was just going through another point, which is basically the last match was so fucking close. I wouldn't even know who would beat.
That's true. Like even with those dive kick loops that Majin just got, that's not really it. It might build good meter. It might keep your opponent from doing stuff for a while, but it's still hard to execute, and it doesn't do great damage.
And actually, there's barely any damage. Big damage are usually the party moves or neutrals, standing neutral. So.
Like, and here we are. We are now tie it up, and we're trying to see if Kalis can get 1 point on the board overall. You know, unless I just fell through a time loop through all my rambling, and we're actually we might be on we might be on final rounds here, and maybe I just wasn't paying attention. But I do think we are still with Majin.
Speaking of which, I forgot who won the previous match. You remember?
If I was paying attention correctly, Majin is still up just one, and Chaos is still on. It's still 1-0.
Okay.
I think we're trying to see if Chaos can get on the board here. And
well,
right
it's
now,
1-1 around, so it's a possibility.
And Kalis is in a good position because that cross-cutter projectile pressure is hard to contest. Even though you can sidestep around them, it's kind of a weird timing because like you can have already done a sidestep, and then the projectile will auto-correct, like depending on when Kyosuke actually did the projectile. So regardless, we're still seeing Kalis is looking pretty good. Maybe he'll do what he tried to do against me off stream and just try and lay me out. Unfortunately for him, at the beginning of this year, I fought against. Ignore what I was gonna say because now Kalis is on the board here. So if I am paying attention correctly, we are 1-1.
Yes.
Got to see how Majin's going to adapt. Maybe he'll pick Hayato. Maybe he'll pick Hyo and do some crazy stuff I haven't seen in a while. I don't get to see a lot. But we do have some more crazy stuff from another crazy character we're probably going to see because Edge has some nasty nasty combos in the air because he can sort of what I say like reset you when you're in the air with his knife projectiles. We might be seeing it right now.
Yeah.
Oh no, he kind of missed it.
If Kalis lets him do that.
Because regardless of whatever tricks Majin wants to pull out, Kyosuke and Kalis, they got good reach and good damage and good awareness on the string because that was really smart. I wish the team up technique went through. That was not as smart. Trying to go for it again in neutral, but you know, using the team up technique to interrupt untrue strings, I like it. I want to see more of it. I wish I was doing more of it myself. Is Kalis gonna be able to close this out? Oh, here comes the lameness. Doing cross cutters. Will Majin? Oh, he was able to get in. Can he close it out though? Oh boy. What would you even call that? I wouldn't call that a cross under because it didn't even look like he went under him. But
Magic
ooh,
actually
the run
close to
air
Magic
grab.
Pixel. Oh, really?
On the side step, wake up. You don't need the just step. You don't need the side step swerve around with the cool animation to get around jabs and whatnot. You can still just do a regular side step like Majin just did again and just completely avoid linear pressure. And here we are, we're pretty close here. Trying to see who can jockey into a good position for themselves. Oh boy. Is that it? Oh no, the Dio. Oh, we didn't get to see the Dio JoJo style freeze frame with the knives, but Majin was able to close it out and take this set over Chaos.
Yeah. That was really interesting. That was really fun actually to see. Just
as expected of both of our players.
Alright, let's see. So, we're starting with FT3s, which is going to be between you and, well, you know.
Yeah, I am up next. Yep.
It's just contact person. FT3.
Yep.
I would definitely suggest using two delay, twisted delay.
Let me see here. Was there anything in the chat that I missed here to call out? Oh yeah, tardy counter. Oh yeah, tardy counter in block sten. You want to do a command normal. That's a heavy attack, like your rifle launcher and things like that, or super or special. And then yeah, moment's the shortest, and that is short too, but not much, but not by that much. Also, chairperson's pretty short, and not Chair G Tables, who was our host for the Evo Side tournament, who also streamed the tournament, is saying that the part about the different health values may not be true, and that's what I was kind of thinking as well, from what I've seen in my experience. From what I've seen from doing combos against most of the cast, I would say that health values are standard across the board. And now we're caught up on that. I am going to go here and have my match and put myself on mute.
Sure. Hopefully I can spectate this. Please not again.
Okay, so we just closed the match. We're gonna try a different input delay number. So that'll give you another chance to try and spectate.
Sure. Yeah, probably not gonna be able to spectate this. God damn it. Alright. GGB, you here? Let me just do this. Alright, I'm back. Can you hear me? Okay, you muted. Try it again.
I was sorry. I was muted. I'm muted on my end because I'm still in the match.
Okay.
But I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can't spectate this match, so I'll probably be doing screen share from the next match onwards. So just do your match.
Alright.
Just do your match now. You don't have to do it in mid match. Good luck. Más silêncio. Ba, quer dizer que se pravi što se može. Sorry about the long wait, but there's no other match that I can do currently.
Oh, don't worry. It's a bit rough on our end too. Kind of crunchy, but we're 1-1 now. Going back on
Yeah,
mute.
I think it's because of a connection thing. That it's okay. Thank you very much. Also, big shout out to Nightmare Snake for requesting this game because he won the randomizer event, which we do mostly on a weekly basis, sometimes bi-weekly.
All right, that is going to be 2-1 in my favor.
Yeah, it's 53 actually.
Oh, first three. Oops. Right. Winners finals, losers finals, and all that. Okay. Good old. What are you standing up for? At least I finished the match before getting up. Just a little evil joke for those that know about that sort of stuff. All right, I'm gonna get back in here with ZZ. And hey, since I did close it out, I suppose that is. Oh yeah, that is. That it does give us a chance to share it from my end.
Yeah, it's just screen.
Okay,
Because there's
so
no way I can fucking spectate this, and I don't think anyone can. Seems like
Well-
there's a spectator desync whenever there is some instability on one of people's connections as well. Is my guess.
all right. Well, let's see if I can
Just share the
remember
entire
how.
screen. You don't really need to.
Yeah, I don't have anything questionable here. So screen one, streaming channel tournaments. Smoother video resolution. I don't have Discord Nitro, so it's gonna be in 30 frames, and go live.
Let's see. If you can watch it. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
All right, time to go to challenge, and now. All right, you can see Flycast Dojo.
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Let's try and figure out something here for the input delay, the ping issue we were having.
You might wanna do a fucking extra one because you're just been sharing on your end.
Yeah, we tried 3, we tried 4. It was still pretty bad.
Just try 5. Might as well. There have been people that have been going up for fucking 9, 10.
I don't know about doing all that. I mean, I've
No,
had
I
to
know.
suffer through Tekken Online, Tekken 7 for most of the game's lifetime, so I'm used to dealing with it, but it's never a good feeling. All right, we're just gonna try 5 here.
I mean,
And it
hopefully
closed. Jeez.
when Tekken 3
Yeah,
pops
so.
off on on Fightcade, it's better than Tekken 7. It's online.
Well, it'll have rollback that actually functions correctly, so
I mean,
I
people say
subs-
that Tekken 7 has rollback, but
yeah, Harada says that, but
I don't trust them.
well, it's whatever. Street Fighter 5 has rollback, but it's bad rollback, so whatever.
Yeah. It's
When it
kinda
has
like-
good rollback.
Yeah.
All right, we got set it into 5. We're gonna try and get it going here. Putting my mic on mute.
Yeah, just. Alright, gotcha.
And just as a reminder, I am at match point.
Yep. So 2-1. Good luck. So GGB versus player. Versus player. I guess a lot of people haven't named their username on Flycast. Oh, I gotta get some more. Guessing 2-2, huh?
Yep.
Didn't know Hideo Kojima was this powerful. Oh man. Oh, this is close. Was not expecting that.
That was some good nonsense to beat my last minute nonsense.
Hey, you still have a chance in losers bracket, remember?
Mm-hmm.
You might want to continue screen sharing this for losers bracket, so
Yep.
we can have some footage.
I am. Remind me who I'm playing against.
Mission.
Machin.
FD3.
And here we go.
FD3, yeah.
Yep, first 3. All right.
Pretty much,
Now the final round I lost, I don't know about losing that way, but the round before that where you gotta win, I'm glad to have lost that way to some actual good stuff. The jab into the tick grab into the tick crotch grab basically. Alrighty, we're going to get in here then. Majin challenged me because you're set to away.
Grand finals, if it doesn't desync on spectating on grand finals, we'll probably have to.
Well, we'll try and spectate on my end.
Yeah. We don't know. But we'll see.
Challenge me, Majin, because you're set to away.
He said, hold on.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, he said, hold on.
Yeah, pretty much. Hopefully people are having fun watching the tournament. This is...
I had fun.
Not I do, but I'm not sure if anyone else did.
This is the part where I do the commentary thing and say, are you guys having fun? Hope for applause. And make some noise. Hope for applause. But I'm gonna save my breath a little bit. I've been rambling too much as is. Let me actually take a second to get some water here, actually.
Yeah, it's really hot. JT's available. Our next match is loser finals at GGB HTG. This is Mission 2002. This is gonna be FT3. So good luck and have fun.
So, a question: can you hear the match? Can you guys hear the match? Oh, maybe he's AFK. All right, going back into it. It's up one for me. Ooh, that sucks.
What's the score?
I think we're tied, 1-1.
Shit.
I did grab him. Ah!
One, two, huh?
Good shit, Majin.
As per usual. Yeah, man. That was really like. Shit, that's the voice. Damn, man. That was really nice. Alright. Grand Finals.
3-1 in his favor on that one, and so we're at grand finals. Never seen me pop off like that. Well, it's my timing on being online is kind of weird, especially considering at least 25% of my time being in the lobby has been while I'm asleep.
Hey, at least you've been in the lobby.
Oh, definitely. What more can I say? I'll save my own chatter for later because now we gotta get into this match. Grand finals. First 2-3 again, right?
Yes. It's usually
Alright, and it's
grand
on-
finals, losers, and semifinals are FT3. Everything else is FT3.
Yeah. Yeah,
Regular
can't say I'm too
tournament formats for tournaments. So.
Yeah, I can't say I'm too familiar with. I don't watch too many tournaments, but you got to tune in for Evo. But regardless, Majin versus Zizinda, War versus Kuro, the best character in the game, arguably versus in the bracket of the best characters in the game, because I believe that the S tiers in this game consist of Roy, Kyoko, Kuro, Hyo, and Hayato. Not specifically in that order though. And Roberto, who we just saw get stabbed in his chest, is I don't know if he is considered up there, but he could arguably be considered up there or A tier because of his great combos. But Jesus, speaking of good combos, Kuro's just laying on the damage before I can even notice it. How can this be? How can this be? And the disgusting pop-off taunt from Zizinda. But we're gonna see whose blades are sharper with Age versus Kuro. Eiji, Eijise is also known. But all right. Again, just the pressure. Oh no, really bad whiff on that launcher from Edge, but didn't lose too much damage. Wasn't able to capitalize off of that jump in air attack. A little too high up to follow up from there. But now we're going to see. Oh, got the so-called reset. I don't know if we can call it a reset. Zizinda should have been able to block after that tech, but here's the thing about playing this game in general, not just online. I mean, you kind of have to mash. Well, you don't really have to mash in order to flip out, but like if you want to get out of non-guaranteed combo on the first possible frame, you're probably going to be mashing. But if you're going to be mashing, that leaves a good opportunity for you to accidentally press a button after you teched in the air, and you won't be able to block. But it still looks like Zizinda was able to block overall and be able to take this first game of our best to 3 match here for Gorando Finals. Will Majin be able to get a reset and give us a little bit more Project Justice action here? All right, switching over to Hayato, as I was saying before. Oh, jeez. Here we go for a bit of buffering, but we'll see if we can get it going again. Another factor that I wish I didn't have to bring up, but it is what it is. I'm pretty sure that they're dealing with some considerable hiccups over on their side as well. Hopefully we'll get to get back to the match in a moment. All right, started back up. Let's see. Okay, they are in fact still playing, but
it's a good thing I can spectate this one.
Indeed. Now back to the match. We got Hayato with his long reach and his double low kicks into combos, which he may be the only character in the cast that has. You may have seen earlier that my character Hideo has two standing low kicks into into an attack, but it's just the one command normal that my character can confirm off of those two light kicks. Hayato was able to do his full combo into super, his entire bread and butter there. But again, we got Zazinda back up a round. I'm gonna see if Majin can get to. Oh, jeez. Caught him pressing buttons. And here's the big betrayal combo. I have to look up the name of that, but you can be sure it is a big betrayal for Kuro to stab his own teammates. At least, unlike if he were the partner coming in and you brought him in. If you brought him in, it would do damage to you. Just like in Rival Schools 1 when you would have Hio as your partner doing the team up
seems
technique.
like it crashed. And
Uh,
possibly.
oh yeah, I'm not seeing the frame counter come up on my end.
Look at the fucking commentary.
Ah, jeez.
In the FC2 lobby.
Oh man. Oh, dang it! It crashed on there. It's really worth.
Actually, I'm not sure if it's crashed on their end or I was close.
Oh no, it crashed. It crashed, and it. I'm just reading the chat here now, and had Majin is saying that.
No, it wasn't a crash.
Oh,
He said, I
well,
am not playing on that connection, bro. He can take it. Keep dropping my shit.
Yes, I can understand.
So basically, he just said that he forfeited that one. So, yeah. Sometimes distance is an issue, I'm afraid. But
As a commentator,
but because I don't like them. But
yeah,
I really don't like
say.
to limit people, so yeah, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do. So maybe Flycast will get better. Who knows? Maybe it's gonna be playable one of these days. In about 5 years.
I wish I could say. I wish I could say that. Oh, I'll jump back in and like just give, just give it like a revenge match. Give the spectators something to give them something to snack on. But I would honestly feel the same way.
No, it's okay. Anyone would feel the same way. Because I think there are some connections that are too far apart for Flycast. I think that Europe, USA, and South America are playable in most cases. But there are connections that are like really big. Like the difference is really big. It's unsurmountable. But as I said, even with that knowledge, I'm probably gonna keep the tournaments Norwegian lock. So this is what it is. It is what it is.
It's a real shame because there are a lot of good, players in this game from Korea. Like you'll on Fightcade, you'll see them have a KOR tag before the rest of the name. And pretty much anyone who has that tag is decent or amazing at this game. Like there's someone who like I was able to Majin and Kalis and BC Deshi, like they're like the best guys I know at this game. And then I go and play against someone from Korea and they just absolutely wash me. Able to do basically tech chase combos because like you flip out of an air hit and then they'll just cross under you and hit you from the back and do a full combo because you can't block from behind. Like we saw a little bit of that during the gameplay here, and it's just that's the sort of stuff that would happen to me against this sort of person, and that's the sort of high level gameplay we could expect and have to adapt to if only the connections worked a little better. Hopefully we'll get to one day.
There has been some rumors going around that apparently some versions of Flycast run better than on Fightcade. it's rumors because I can't collaborate those rumors right now.
Well, I can attest to a little bit of that in saying that the version of Flycast that was on the version of Flycast that's on No DC Bear, and that was the version before the one that we have here on Fightcade. While they both had issues with input delay, like even the one, not so much input delay itself, but the actual registering of the inputs themselves, like actually doing clean inputs correctly. That that's still an issue on No DC Bear. It's still a little bit of an issue on Fightcade. So there are improvements that could be made, and really, we all we can hope is that those things can happen one day. This is just community funded, community run, and community developed software. And and just to break it all the way to the finest details, I think the PlayStation One rollback is basically being developed by one guy, the same one guy who did the Dreamcast stuff for
Yeah,
us. So,
Lamonder.
yeah.
Yeah, the thing about that project is I'm more hopeful about that project than I am for Flightcast because Flightcast has some. I mean, emulation will never be perfect. Let's be honest with ourselves. Also, before I forget, congratulations to let me see the name. Namaeki. He's signed up in challenges. Namaeki, so I'm gonna use that name. You're the champion of the tournament. I hope everyone had fun. Sorry about the technical difficulties. One last note in answer to GGB. The advantage to the PS1 rollback is this. Several things actually. Number one, DuckStation is considered the best PS1 emulator to date. It has like
Godlike.
95 plus percent on the compatibility list on the gameplay. That's
Yeah,
one
and
thing.
Flycast is a old AF emulator in the first place. That's kind of a problem.
I mean, it's not just that it's an old ass fucking emulator. It's just that remember they recently added Naomi too, so they have to iron that shit out. And there's the Naomi stuff, the Thomas Sawyer stuff, the Dreamcast. Like, no emulation will run perfectly. When there are people that are reporting on a constant daily basis on how on controller issues. So it's like
As they
it's,
say, nothing is arcade perfect other than the arcade itself.
the best case scenario for Flycast is that it's free and that you have rollback for it. Because for a very long time people couldn't play Naomi and DC games with a rollback. But they can now. It's not ideal, it's not like arcade based, but
But we're
at
still
least it
very lucky
works.
to have it.
Yes, but here's another thing with the PS1 which I wanted to finish. Aside from it being the best emulator and the game compatibility is up there, you have two and three other factors that you need to that I'm not sure if you know. Number one,
Well, I could.
it has a
Oh,
rewind feature, which I've been told by Bloominder. It makes things easier to add rollback on. So it makes the entire process a little bit smoother to do. The second one is the run ahead feature, which I've been told is a plus. I'm not sure why it's a plus, but it's a plus because I don't use it. I don't know. And the third option is the cheat code. The cheat code is very important on my end because of this. Let's say you wanted to unlock characters, right?
Yeah, save states and unlocks.
Instead of doing save states on those, you will have like, oh yeah, all I can do is like turn on the cheat code because it's embedded into the entire emulator and
Yeah,
the
Game
UI
Shark and
is
code breaking
very
functionality.
the UI is very reminiscent of Dolphin, which means the control input. The controls are pretty straightforward. You don't even have to look up fucking wiki page. Not a wiki page.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing I was saying when I was trying to equate like the the why I was saying like how Flycast is kind of old. Flycast has been around for a while, and the thing is that in comparison, PlayStation emulation has been figured out for like I don't even know how many years as far as like the compatibility and having games actually run at 60. I mean, you can see like I mean, games on Flycast aren't running at solid frame rates when they should be. If you look at the registry, I mean, if you look at the input, the FPS counters and things like that. And oh yeah, this is in the we see here in the Flycast chat here. I mean, it again, it is what it is. It didn't really ruin the event or anything. I mean, these kinds of things happen as we're explaining here to the stream. If you can't hear us, or maybe you have to go. If you can't hear us, you have to go back and listen to this. But yeah, it's just the issue of the emulators still have to be perfected. This stuff is still being done by fans of like software and stuff. It's not being officially done by like companies or anything. So it's just things done in
I mean,
people's spare time.
even with the companies, there are still issues. I remember the
Yeah,
early
especially
builds,
that's another. Yeah, that's the thing.
the early
Especially,
builds, the early builds
especially.
of the Steam rollback were not really ideal. There was the thing that people were sick and tired of not having lobbies for games. That you couldn't spectate games. Like I remember some show 5 special could not. Apparently, you couldn't spectate a match. So tournaments for that were either you have to be in a Discord and screenshot your match, or I don't know. It wasn't ideal. So Slam Show 5 Special was played on Fightcade too, but mostly because of the spectating feature it had. And some games didn't even have lobbies. They had rollback, but not really lobbies to begin with. And there are like
Mhm.
you had like complicated lobby systems in some games that people didn't exactly gravitate towards. So yeah. Yeah, I remember Strive at the beginning having some issues with the TOs. TOs were kind of annoyed at the fucking lobbies. And it was hard to spectate the matches, but
Yeah, we kind of have. We do definitely have that situation of where some of our community members are doing it better than the official companies themselves. But it's still, I guess I'm being fair to both sides and just saying that it's not all figured out yet. That's all. There's still things that need to
nothing is
be
figured out.
solved.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I am very hopeful for PS1 because PS1 for me is the system that I'm most looking forward to for rollback on Fightcade 2. People are
Yeah.
hoping
See,
for something
she
that's
opened.
unrealistic right now. So they are mentioning friggin' stuff like PS3,
Don't say Xbox.
PS2.
Don't say Xbox.
I'm gonna say Xbox. Both of them were mentioned. Like
Nope.
Xbox is coming there. Here's the thing. I am very hopeful for PS3. PS2 is Mission Impossible. Like, yes,
So many
it's got,
games that don't
yes,
run
it's gotten
properly
better,
and
but
need different builds and different dev builds, and it's just
oh no, it
if we're
has
talking about
not.
stuff
Oh
that's
no, I mean it might be a part of it, but here's the thing. PCSX2 is a bad emulator. It's the only emulator that you can play single player games on in some way, form, and capacity, but I wouldn't call it good emulation.
well, you said it before me, and I definitely wanted to say it. So yeah, bad
Eh,
input delay on offline, and I'm just gonna leave it at that because I'm just glad that I got to play Kingdom Hearts 2 Final
and,
Mix
and
years before it
I
came
mean,
out
here's the
in
thing.
America.
Like the last game I played was Silent Hill 2. It ran well, but there are games that don't run well, like the Anthology collection.
Many games.
I'm just gonna mention the Anthology games. The Anthology games runs like absolute dog shit.
Shout outs to Tekken running like dog shit.
And I wouldn't say Tekken running like dog shit. I think Tekken runs at least at least it touches upon 60 FPS. Intelligy doesn't do that. Intelligy runs like, yeah, try it out. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, here's the thing: the most realistic scenario that I am probably gonna say is PS1 and Dolphin.
Mm-hmm.
And here's why: we have Slippy.
They're the best.
No.
Aside from that, continue.
Slippy did. Sleepy is basically Dolphin rollback, but on one specific game. So if it can be done on one game, it can be done on the entire emulator. It's just that it's a big project. It's not really. Yeah. PS1 right now and Dolphin is the only thing that's probably viable. I wouldn't like to see N64 because N64's emulation has been so slow. You could probably get an emulator that runs okay, good, I would doubt it, but okay at best.
Yeah. And like I said, let's not even talk about Xbox. I mean, there's some stuff that runs all right. I mean, the only, as far as I've gone with testing Xbox, is just to see about those about that leaked GoldenEye XBLA version, GoldenEye 64, that's supposed to be on the Xbox One.
Here's the thing.
And
Xbox has some progress, but the thing is, I'm so not interested in Xbox. Like, here's the thing. I am a PlayStation fanboy. I've been like that since PS1. And I think aside from that console, aside from that system, like, I would go to the freaking moon if I got a PS2 rollback, but it's not happening. And not anytime this year, at least. Now, PS1, we know it's happening. It's been announced, so. And it's in the best possible situation. But aside from that, N64 is doable for rollback. Dolphin is doable for rollback. I mean, I guess Atari's 1600 is doable. I don't know. Hell.
Is that on Fightcade? Is that on Fightcade 1?
Who knows? You know, in the case of fucking Taito and the Sega 1, 2, and 3. I guess. I don't know. I mean, Fightcade still needs to fix like the SNES rollback. That's not working correctly. So,
what's the deal with that? If there's time to ask.
Sorry.
What's the deal with SNES NetPlay, if I can ask?
The SNES community has said that it fucking sucks, runs like dog shit, and there's a bunch of desects on that one. But the reason why they're saying that is because it uses the SNES 9X, which is not really a good emulator for SNES games. At least that's what I've heard. And I don't really like how it runs and the control schemes of the SNES 9X, so I share their opinions on that one. That's why I decided not to do SNES tournaments on Fightcade 2 until it's fixed, which might be never. Which is why I'm looking at the Twitch project.
Yeah, I had not even heard of that emulator until Flycast got added. I usually use ZSNES.
Oh, that's even older.
Yeah, but is it worse?
I mean, I guess. I'm not sure how it works in an online environment. If you ask me, I would prefer BSNES, but not everyone can run BSNES. Not everyone has graduated from the Windows XP systems. I'm not sure if people use in Windows 95 or Windows 2000, but I think there are some people that haven't moved on from Windows XP.
Well, XP was pretty good from my whatever my memory was, so I can't blame them.
I mean, I don't know about that. Like, I'm on Linux, so.
Ah. Well, then this entire Windows discussion is beyond you. You've moved far beyond it.
I mean,
We are but mere ants to you.
Alright, I'm gonna end the stream. Basically,